So thank you again for tuning in, and I want to wish everybody a happy new year. As we begin 2023, many of you will make New Year's resolutions to improve your health, relationships, happiness, and well-being. Although resolutions often fall by the wayside, this process of introspection and improvement is still important. Our government is no different. Despite our progress and successes of the past, there are always opportunities to grow and improve. This year, we have several issues that we must address and goals we need to focus on and treat as our New Year's resolutions. This county has tens of thousands of households that are severely rent burdened, paying 50% or more of their household income for rent. Future projections indicate that more folks in this income bracket will be moving here, and the housing stock we have is not attainable for these people. In fact, most of what we're going to build wouldn't be attainable for these people. This is why we need to pass a rent stabilization law. Rents are going up by too much, too quickly, and we have to curb these increases. Too many families are having to cut costs such as food, medicine, and other essentials just to pay their rent. However, rent stabilization legislation is just one piece of the affordable housing puzzle. This is the year that we have to have serious discussions and work to create more affordable housing in the county. Current policies won't get it done, and the math simply doesn't work. Designating 15% of new market units as affordable doesn't even come close to meeting the existing, let alone the projected needs for housing. The status quo just doesn't work anymore, and as anyone who knows me can tell you, I am not, nor have I ever been a defender of the status quo. As I mentioned in my inauguration speech, Reagan-esque trickle-down economics suggests that just building more market housing will solve the affordable housing crisis, said no one ever. But the market doesn't build any more affordable units than the government requires them to build, and that's a sad and sorry fact. If we want different outcomes, then we need different policies that can create affordable housing. This year, we're going to have serious conversations about preserving our affordable housing stock, producing more affordable housing, and protecting tenants from displacement. Challenges like this often create opportunity, and I believe that we have an opportunity to recalibrate how we approach planning in the county by appointing new members to the planning board. In addition, we can review its current structure, role, and purpose and chart a new course for that board that addresses 21st century challenges. Therefore, I'm supporting the efforts of Senator Ben Cramer to create a task force to create more transparency and accountability for the planning board. Affordable housing is important to me because I believe that everyone should have a decent place to live. I know if we work together, we have the talent and resources to address this very important issue. We've been able to define paths that allow us to address climate change. If we approach affordable housing with the same sense of urgency and focus as we have taken on the combating climate change challenge, I believe we can significantly change things for the better. Since launching our climate action plan more than 2 years ago, we've compiled 75 accomplishments that work toward our goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions 100% by 2035. These measures have and will reduce pollution in areas including energy, transportation, and building efficiency while encouraging public engagement in tackling the problem. We'll continue to accelerate our climate efforts in the coming year, and I recommend record funding for our climate initiatives in the county's fiscal 23 and hopefully 24 budgets. And our local resources to address climate change will be enhanced by federal funding from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law and the recently enacted Inflation Reduction Act. Solar panels are going to be installed at 4 Montgomery County Public Schools, as well as maintenance yards, landfills, parking lots, and the animal shelter. The Department of Environmental Protection will launch an electrification incentive program in partnership with the City of Tacoma Park, and it will be expanded. The Department of General Services will complete the Holiday Park Senior Center Net Zero building retrofit, as well as procure an additional 100 electric ride-on buses over the next 3 years. Around 45 of those electric buses will go into service this year. We will continue tree planting across the county landscapes to reforest natural areas. And our urban heat mapping campaign has equitably identified communities to target for shade tree plantings on private property and along streets. The county also will continue developing a comprehensive flood management plan. I know many of you are dealing with increasing floods, and the fact is that the stormwater systems that were built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s just aren't adequate to address what's happening with the climate today. We're also going to focus on creating jobs, expanding education opportunities, and improving public safety in 2023. We made major progress in improving the function of agencies in the county government that impact the development process, which made it slower and more costly than it should be. We have more work to do, and we're going to be doing it. We have a lot of momentum heading into this new year on the economic development front after our blockbuster deal with the University of Maryland for the Institute of Health Computing. This news has not only turned heads throughout our region, but also through academia and around the globe. Even Forbes magazine highlighted the story about this. The Institute for Health Computing is expected to open and lease space this year, with completion of new laboratory and office space at the North Bethesda Metro Station projected for 2028. By the end of this year, we will also be opening Montgomery College's East County Education Center. This new facility will feature classrooms, training labs, and student advising space while offering both credit and non-credit courses. This new center is the first step in MC's expansion into the East County, and leaders expect it to serve more than 1,000 students in its first year. This year, we will continue to see an expansion of our racial equity work. This work is manifested in many ways. Expanding early childhood education will help many of our minority students enter our schools on an equal footing. Our affordable housing policies will address affordability and will also look to increase ownership opportunities. Our public health work will bring a greater focus on the health disparities that were laid bare during COVID. And broadly speaking, we'll work to continue to reduce the growing occurrences of hate crimes that have targeted many parts of our community. And this year, we're going to continue to focus on improving public safety throughout the county. Last year, we were finally able to pass pay increases for our police officers that has helped with recruitment and retention efforts. This year, we hope to see our police staffing levels rise as we also consider creating a new police district. It is something that some consider long overdue because of our population growth. I also look forward to working with Council President Glass, the Council as a whole, our Department of Transportation, and furthering our Vision Zero efforts. There were nearly 50 fatal incidents on our roads in 2022, up from 41 the year before. This year, we're going to continue to fund new bikeway projects and improvements in areas where we've seen a high number of injuries. We're engaging with tens of thousands of drivers, walkers, and cyclists about these changes and the best ways to make our roadways safe for all users. I can't tell you how many people I've heard from who've talked about what they feel is a serious decline in the behavior of drivers on the road. Everything from people going across double lines to pass people to high speed and rapid lane changing, all things that make people feel less safe on the roads, and we will do something about this. You can expect our speed enforcement efforts to expand with more than 75 new speed and red light cameras coming in 2023 to slow drivers down. Our Vision Zero goals of eliminating traffic-related deaths and serious injuries by 2030 is still viable, but we need everybody's help. I hope that all these measures work together to make our roads safer so we see fewer families impacted by crashes moving forward. And speaking of roads, we look forward to working with the incoming Governor Wes Moore and Lieutenant Governor Runa Miller to create a more sensible solution for expanding I-270, I-495, and the American Legion Bridge, hopefully without oppressive tolls and signing over our infrastructure to an Australian multinational corporation for the next 50 years. We also hope the incoming governor's administration will be more focused on mass transit options like expanding our bus rapid transit system. This is especially important because several years ago it was highlighted that the greatest impediment to economic development is actually transportation, and specifically bus transportation. And while the Metro provides major services in the county, it primarily serves to haul people into the district. We need to create a system inside the county that helps move people from where they live to where they work, so that when a business wants to locate, they have some assurance that there are other ways for their workforce to get there other than being stuck in traffic. I'm also so energized by the incoming state leadership which under Moore's administration will have a collaborative approach to governing that we've been missing, and I truly look forward to that partnership. And finally, in 2023, we not only aim for a healthy economy, but a need to keep the budget as lean as possible if we want to continue to earn a AAA bond rating for a record 51st year in a row. Your health is also on our mind as well. The Montgomery County Recreation is here to help with a new Free in 23 program. It's an initiative that will offer a full year of free access to all county recreation centers for all county residents. The Free Pass will provide access to fully equipped fitness rooms, open gym, drop-in activities, and game rooms at any recreation center during regularly scheduled hours. The Free Pass does not apply to county aquatic centers. Go to montgomerycountymd.gov/rec to get your free passes. Recreation activities and exercises are keys to healthier and happier lives. I hope you take advantage of this incredible opportunity. Our resolution list is ambitious but achievable, and I'm optimistic that in 2023, Montgomery County will see continued progress, innovation, and success. I'm very excited to work with our new and historically diverse council, as well as our state and federal delegations on all of our priority issues. But most importantly, my focus will remain on you, our residents, ensuring that equity, opportunity, and transparency is provided for every community and neighborhood throughout the county. Thank you. Best wishes to you, and may your family and you enjoy a happy, prosperous new year.